Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode, and again we are delving into Queen Victoria's journals. We are going back again to 1837, and today is Saturday the 3rd of June 1837. Queen Victoria's diary entry reads, "Got up at 8. After 9 we breakfasted. The children played in the room. Charles is better, though still unable to do anything. Arranged my accounts. Drew. At 2 minutes to 11 came my good maestro Lablache, and stayed till 12:15. I sang First Come per mi Sereno. Then I sang Rubini's first beautiful aria in Malek Adele, Io vo in campo. While I was singing this, Mary came up with the children and remained with them upstairs, while Lablache sung with Mamma and me. They then ran off. Lablache then sang with me, O come lieto e il popolo, from La Sonnambula. I afterwards tried over Prendi l'Anel, also from La Sonnambula, which Lablache is going to get transposed for me. Mamma going away then, and in brackets it says, as she often comes in late, and when I have long been singing. I only sung arias. The Opera Italian at Paris, Lablache tells me, is not half as large as the one here. The opera days there are Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, and extra nights often on Sundays. He's not going back to Naples for 2 more years, 1838 to 9, I'm glad to say. I sung then twice, Lo vo in campo. Then I sung Dove corra quel empio, Grizzy's second aria in I Briganti. Lablache told me that his eldest son and youngest child, a little girl, were at Naples, and that the 5 others were at Paris au collège. I asked him if he was of French origin, as his name was not Italian. He answered that his father was French and his mother Irish! ! So he has some Irish blood in him. Thus by his parents he is not Italian. How strange! Wrote in my journal. At 1:45 came the Dean till 20 minutes past 1. Read with him in NT and in Boswell's Life of Johnson. Saw Dr. Clarke. At 1:30 came my good brother Ernest Hohenlohe, who arrived at Windsor the day before yesterday with Prince Gustav, his brother. Ernest is come on a 10 days visit to the Queen, his first cousin, and left my beloved Theodore at Corvey with his sister Constance, Princess of Hohenlohe. How I wish he could have her with him, but I hope and I trust he will do so next year. Ernest is looking remarkably well. Prince Gustav is not at all like him. He is not at all good looking, but has a pleasing, mild countenance. He looks delicate, having been very unwell at Rotterdam. We took luncheon with them. At 2 we went down to receive some more addresses, which were presented to me. Lazen attended me. They were from Leeds, presented by Sir John Beckett and Mr. Baines from the Mayor, Town Council and inhabitants of Exeter by Sir William Follett and Mr. Divitt MP from the Opera Conservative Association of the Borough of Warrington, by Mr. Ireland Blackburn, by Lord Mahon and the Honourable William Coper from the Provost and Town Council of the Borough of Dingwall, by Mr. Locke MP from the Town Council of Barnstaple, by Mr. T. Chichester MP and the Mayor of Barnstaple, from the Town Council of Lichfield and afterwards from the inhabitants of Lichfield, by Sir George Anson and Sir Edward Scott from Bedworth, by Captain Polhill MP and Mr. Crawley MP and the Mayor of Hertford, from inhabitants of Kingston upon Hull, by Mr. Hutt MP, Colonel Thompson MP and a deputation from Southampton, by the Mayor of Southampton, Tunbridge, by Sir William Geary, Mr. Hodges, Mr. Knox, from the Mayor, Aldermen and Councillors of the Borough of Plymouth, by the Mayor of Plymouth, and from the Borough of Yarmouth, by the Earl of Lichfield and the Mayor of Yarmouth. All these addresses were again full of attachment and loyalty. Wrote my journal. Saw Ernest and Gustav. Showed them my rooms and then took leave of them. Wrote my journal. Began a letter to the Duchess of Northumberland, the draft of which I had written in the morning. At 5:30 we went out with dear Lazen and came home at 10 minutes to 6. Finished my letter to the Duchess of Northumberland. Read in Clive's Life while my hair was doing. At 6:30 we dined. Lady Flora Hastings dined here. Saw the children before dinner. Said good night to Charles after dinner, who is still very weak and unable to leave his room. At 20 minutes to 8 we went to the opera with dearest Lazen and Lady Flora, with Il Matrimonio Segreto, and we came in just while Grizzy, Albertazzi and Alessandri were singing Le Fascio un Incino, which was loudly encored. They were all in high spirits and sang delightfully, all of them, except poor little Alessandri, whose voice sounds very shrill in this opera, I never saw Lablache in such force and spirits. He made one die with laughing and was perfection throughout. The duo between him and Tamburini, Se fiato nel corpo avet, was beyond anything. Rubini gave Pria Sci Spunti divinely and was encored in it. After the opera was over, we went away directly and were at home at 11. The singers were all called out. The Marquis and Marchioness of Hastings met us there. The Duke of Brunswick and his friend were in their usual box. And there we have a really long diary entry from Princess Victoria. A very full day, which of course ended in the very joyous aspect of the opera, of which Princess Victoria delights. She loves to go to the opera. She is associated with the opera singers. She has direct correspondence with them. They are her friends. I think one thing to note in this diary entry, of course Victoria is still mentioning all the different times of the day, very, very precise and detailed, but just that massive paragraph, just full of names of who she met. I think the key sentence that Victoria wrote in this paragraph is, all these addresses were again full of attachment and loyalty. I think what we can sense is the shifting of power. Victoria is on the ascendant. It's only just over a few weeks in between this journal entry and when Victoria ascends to the throne. The power, I think, is shifting. All of these people are addressing Victoria and she's recognising it as loyalty. And that was a massive list of people to be reading out. And even to remember, sometimes I get bowled over by how much detail Victoria remembers. I spoke in a previous journal entry about how I think that this helps Victoria process her life. She records everything to the very minutest of detail. And I think this, like I say, helps to process everything and helps her make sense of her day, her position, and of course her growing power and influence. Another thing to note was her references to Lablache. Just in case you were not aware, Lablache is an opera singer and Victoria's singing tutor. Now, she was not aware that he had some Irish blood, and she found that most remarkable. So he has some Irish blood in him, exclamation mark. Thus by his parents, he's not Italian. How strange. She also comments on Ernest. Ernest is looking remarkably well. Prince Gustav is not at all like him. He's not at all good looking, but has a pleasing mild countenance. He looks delicate, having been very unwell at Rotterdam. She does like to comment on people's looks and appearance and countenance. Again, this journal entry was written at Victoria's principal residence of Kensington Palace. Today's tiara is the same as yesterday. It is the Duchess Augusta tiara, which was the inspiration for Queen Mary's Cambridge Lovers Knot tiara. A very, very full day for Victoria. So if you have enjoyed this video and found it useful, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media and of course hit that notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Of course, please remember to subscribe to the channel. So from me in Shropshire, mwah to you all and goodbye.